Welcome back to another episode of Affirmations of a It Girl, the podcast. What we got today?
Today we're going to be having a little back and
Here you go. When you get the hesitating and going back and forth, it's some shit.
We always talk about being pretty. I feel like you can identify with that.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about pretty privilege versus pretty punishment.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah.
Let's get into this.
So let's start with what is pretty.
Pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty to me is everything that's not tangible, right? And I think pretty initially to the naked eye is your physical, right? But I think that is something that changes over time. So that's something that would be tangible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also in 2025, if you got a bag, I don't know a ugly broad in 2025. You could buy lips, face, hair, ass, titties, kneecaps, eye color.
Kneecaps is wild.
Literally. So I really don't know too many ugly girls in 2025. You know what I mean? So pretty to me is everything that is outside of the physical. And like I said, yes, the physical but it's so shallow. But because it's so shallow, I would say everything else. So your aura, your vibe, your energy, your character, I would say your self-discipline, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with God. I think how you receive and how you give love could be pretty. I think if your energy is like super magnetic, that's pretty to me. Your style, your individuality, that's pretty to me. I love people who are themselves no matter what. Like in a room full of a whole bunch of monkey see, monkey do ass people, somebody that's themselves, I think that's a beautiful thing because a lot of people don't know who they are. I think how you carry yourself in all situations, how you handle adversity, that's pretty to me. Like that's deep to me because that doesn't change. That's who you are as a person. So that's how I define pretty. Yeah.
It feels like you just described yourself.
You're damn right.
Period.
You damn right.
No, I love that. It's like you just redefine the meaning of pretty. But then when we look at society looks at pretty based off of the beauty standard. So what would you say like the beauty standard is to society?
To society, it changes. It always changes. It's like a trend. It's like a fad. Pretty is slim one week. Pretty is thick another. Pretty is chinky eyes, face lift, fox brow lift. Pretty is big lips. Pretty thin lips. Pretty changes based off of what's popular, what everybody else is doing. And that's why I said it's so shallow because that changes. Getting old is inevitable, right? And with getting old, your looks change, your features change, everything, your firmness, your elasticity in your skin, those things change. And so for me, society, they see pretty as just all physical features. And so in order to really see if somebody's pretty, you really have to know them, you know what I mean, as a person. So I think that's how society deems pretty. And I think it's super shallow. I mean, it holds weight because that's what people are attracted to because that's what they see. Attraction is, or beauty is in the eye of the beholder whenever you see someone. Because you don't know who they are right when you see them. So whatever you may be attracted to. But I think that changes with society. And that's why, we had these debates.
So following up on that, where you say pretty's like a first impression, that would be considered a privilege, right? So what are some privileges that come along with being pretty?
There's so many. So pretty privilege would be getting a job that you may not qualify for on paper, right? Getting things for free, I would say, or getting access to clubs, getting in clubs free, getting gifts, being admired by men. Your social life is different. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people want to be attached to you. A lot of people, they want to be around pretty people that look good or who they deem to be pretty. I would say your friend groups is usually always large. You have a great network. I just would say just having access, being able to do what you want because you're pretty. There's so many women that get access to things, people, places, because they're just pretty. So that'll be some of the privilege I experience. I can't speak from everybody else.
So before we move into pretty punishment, I want to stay on privilege because I feel like pretty privilege has a lot of misconceptions, right?
Mhm.
But in that, like, how does someone, if they're in those situations, like they're able to get the job or they're able to have access to a bigger network or they have these things, how do they leverage that privilege that they get from being pretty?
Well, I think you have to dig deep into yourself and bring something else to the table other than just being pretty. So when you're pretty, like, yeah, get in the door, right? A lot of people, you just try and get your foot in there. Get in there, but then show them that you're qualified. Show them that you're decorated. Show them that you're knowledgeable. Show them that you have hustle. Some girls just use their pretty and that's it. That's where you fail. That's where a lot of girls fuck up at because you're just pretty. Don't nobody want a pretty, lazy bum. We want friends with substance. I don't want to just be your friend because you're pretty. Like, are you loyal? Are you a good friend? Can I count on you in times of need? Or are you just pretty, bitch? I can't have you around. Because when things get hard, because we go through different seasons in life, you going to tell me you pretty? You know what I mean? Like, I can't, babe, you can't be a part of the game. I need you up out of here. You know what I mean? Because that's something shallow. And so for me, I think girls should leverage other things outside of just being pretty. That shouldn't be the way. That shouldn't be your get in the door and to keep you inside the room. You got to have smart. You got to have wit. You know what I mean? You got to be knowledgeable. You got to be, a good person, a overall good person. Because I met a lot of pretty girls, but they were horribly ugly once I got to know them, just off their personality alone and how they treated people. So
That's a perfect transition into pretty punishment, right? Because I think part of like what you were saying, where a lot of people their identity is being pretty.
yeah.
So because that's their identity, they bring nothing else to the table. But also they might do that because of the punishments that's attached to being pretty. So what would you say some pretty punishments are?
Some pretty punishments are having to work harder. And the reason I say that is because some people punish pretty people for being pretty. And so there's one side, like pretty privilege would be not having to work at all, getting in a room. Pretty punishment would be because of their internal insecurities, I'm going to make her work 10 times as harder because she's just pretty. And because I have insecurities and I don't deem myself to be pretty, or I don't look at myself in the light that she carries herself in. So I'm going to make her situation and her journey a lot harder. Pretty privilege. Men admiring you, all men. Everybody wants to be admired, all women. There's not a woman in this world I don't think that doesn't want to be admired. Like, and I'm not doing gossip and I don't like it, but what's her name? The wife of the Golden State Stephen Curry.
Oh,
Aisha.
Okay. Aisha Curry.
Aisha Curry. You know what pissed me off? Because what she was saying was true. Beyonce said it before.
1000%.
Beyonce said it. She said every woman wants to be desired. Even if you don't want that man or that person, you just want to be desired. You want to know that you're beautiful, right? But then pretty punishment is men just want you for an experience. Half the time with pretty women, men don't even take them serious. You're an experience for them. Pretty punishment, getting all this attention from men, they get you, they dog you because of their internal insecurity. You don't even know what to do with a pretty broad half the time. And I'm not saying all men, but that's some of the pretty punishments of it. Pretty privilege. You have access to all these friends, these networks, these groups. Pretty punishment. Are you my real friend? Do you really like me? Do you really care about me? Or do you just like the pretty benefits that comes with me? The getting in the club free, the hanging out, the guys, the gifts. You get what I'm saying? So I think they just go hand to hand. Pretty privilege and pretty punishment, and it just depends on your experience and what goes on. But I've experienced on my end all of those that I've listed. I experienced every single one in the workforce, in regular day, with friends, in every way. And so I think a lot of women don't know how to navigate that sometimes with being pretty because it's a responsibility if it's not handled right. pretty privilege in a room. You get in a room, right? Let's say that. Now, once you get in a room, they label you as just a pretty girl that got in a room, right? So then that goes back to what we talked about with leverage. And so it's like sometimes it seems like a constant battle. Pretty privilege. You get the man, you finally fall in love, you get somebody that admires you, that you like, that you connect and align with. Pretty punishment society says that's not the man that you should be with. It's like no winning almost sometimes with being pretty. You get the man, oh, I ain't gonna take you serious. You got a roster. Nigga, I'm dealing with you. I'm liking you. I'm feeling you. You can't believe it? You don't believe that? Because I'm pretty? That's just the way the world turns.
I want you to go into, because we talked about this a lot, the example of the workplace.
My first job, I worked at a finance agency. And I had a woman director that was over me, that was my manager, supervisor, whatever you want to call it. And I had the worst experience with her. And I think it's because I intimidated her. And I'm coming into a situation, or I'm going into the situation like, oh, we're a team. I'm ready to build. It was only 3 of us in the HR department throughout our whole entire state. You know what I mean? We had 3 different buildings, brick and mortars, one in Philly, one in Pittsburgh, one in Harrisburg. It's only 3 of us in the HR department. And she hired me popping it. I want you to, eventually take my spot. I'm not going to be here but 4 or 5 years. We training you to be the HR director and all of that. And I got into the position, and it was almost like it was a competition. Like it was an uphill battle dealing with that. And I think it's not discussed enough how people were treated based off of just simply being appealing. You know what I mean? And also there's a misconception of who you are and how you act based off of how you look. I remember this one lady, she said to me, I didn't speak to you because I thought you were mean. I didn't speak to you because I heard you were mean, and I'm confused. Because me and you never had an interaction. So how did you assume that? Oh, I heard you're intimidating. No, you're intimidated. I didn't do anything to intimidate you but exist. My pretty made you intimidated? And now you don't speak to me, and you have this whole misconception of me, how I act, how I look. And that's when people see me, they're like, I didn't know you act like that. I didn't know you were that cool. Yeah, bitch, because you ain't get to know me. Excuse my language. I'm trying to stop cussing, I'm working on it. Bitch, you ain't get to know me. I just did it again. You know what I mean? It pisses me off, for real, because they just have this whole idea of who you are based off of how you look. And it's like, you don't know me. I'm really cool. I'm a friend. I have great morals. I'm loyal to a fault. I love mine. You don't have to be what society deems as pretty to be my friend or my best friend or my family. I don't give a fuck. I done had so many friends that wasn't beautiful to societal standards. Hey, we going in this club. Let's go. I'm bringing my friends. It's girls out here that wouldn't even hang with their friends because of the invitations and stuff they get as pretty girls. They'll say, the guys, they're not looking for your type of girl, or you don't dress this type of way, or you don't have this type of body. It's whores out here like that will really say that to their friend. I don't base my friends off of how you look. So I wouldn't say it's not heartbreaking, but it's annoying that people make their own assumptions of you based off of how you look. And don't get me wrong, I take care of myself because this is a part of self-love. Your physical, your mental, your spiritual, all of that is one. So I like to look good on how I look good, but I can't change how you feel about me based off of how I look. What I was blessed with, I can't change it. Or if you don't like the way you look, change it. Shit, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? So like for me, and that's just how I feel. I'm just being 100% honest. But it's disturbing that people will say to you, they don't get it. She's cracking up.
Stop. I didn't expect you to say that.
They don't get, they don't understand who you are, or they just assume who you're supposed to be based off of how you look. And it's, to me, pretty privilege versus pretty punishment is a conversation that a lot of people avoid.
Mm-hmm. I also want you to go into your experiences with dating, because you were talking about how for dating, men see you as an experience, basically a trophy, right? But then once you open your mouth, it becomes a problem. Tell me more about like the dating experience being pretty. Like what type of misconceptions and punishments come with that?
And this is no shot at the men, because I love the guys and I have stuff for the guys. I don't want this to be gender based, but being honest, I think when you're pretty, men expect you just to shut up, sit back, and be cool. You're the trophy. Because they say they want a girl that, that has morals, that has values, that respects, that has opinion, that has a voice, that has hustle. And they really don't be ready for that. They really don't. They don't even be man enough for that half the time. Majority, from my experience. And when I say from my experience, I'm not talking about what y'all go through or what y'all have seen or experienced. From Brooke Sabre's experience, them niggas do not want that. They want you to be pretty and they want you to be dumb. That's what they want. I don't know how you want me to put it. And they be like, oh, we want you to have direction. We want you to add to my life, add to my goals, add to. As soon as you do that, it's like, shut up, be pretty. You're doing too much. I can't take it. I wish I knew how to shut the hell up. I'd have been put up. I can't shut up to save my damn life. I'm being for real. And that's just, I don't think they see it. Some of the good men that I've experienced do. They do. But I don't think they appreciate a beautiful woman that's decorated, that has things going on, that has goals. You know what I mean? That comes from a family, that comes from love. I don't think they really, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but they don't acknowledge it. And I don't think they respect it.
So what lessons have you learned from like your experiences in reference to pretty privileges versus pretty punishments? Like what overall lessons were learned, and what do you want the audience to take away?
So the lesson for me with pretty privilege versus pretty punishment is be beautiful, take care of yourself, your external, your internal, but don't allow that to be the only thing that you pour into. You have to pour into your mental. You have to pour into your spiritual. You have to pour into your financial, and build a team that loves you for other reasons outside of that. Marry someone that loves you for other reasons outside of that, because beauty fades. Be with someone that's going to take care of you when you're sick, that's not going to leave you. I think we're so caught up with perfection and how things look, we forget about the internal things. There are things that really, really matter. How you treat someone, how you love someone, how you cater to yourself, how you cater to others, your discipline, your relationship with God. I think we get so far away from all the things that matter and we focus on just being pretty. And it really doesn't hold weight, because being pretty has a price. So unless you're willing to pay for the price, have other things going on. And that's what I would tell the audience. Okay, thank you for watching another episode of Affirmations of an It Girl, the podcast. Like, subscribe, follow, share on whatever platform you're watching on, and I'll see y'all next time.